Casey Drake in that 87. He's right.
One more lap to go here at Indy. He ran him all the way from 3 seconds back. 2 laps to go. Oh, Alonso gets spun. Oh, Matthew gets the apron around the Strackler. He spins right from the back. Huge wreck. The 2 flies up in the air. 3 wide. Oh, what a move by Derek. He wants to go.
Tries to send him up the hill, but can't quite do it.
Not between the 2 is 2 car lengths. Too little too late for Derek and Smith. Oh, clapping gets turned. Clapping gets turned. Oh my gosh. Side by side. 3 wide at the wire. Welcome everybody for the iSCAR Christmas event, in which we have something interesting on tap for tonight. Not your typical iSCAR event, as we are running a different set of vehicles, in which we're running different sets of classes as well for tonight. Glad you could tune us in here for this Max Speed TV event. My name is Ezeckiel Reyes.
My name is Mark Frimpong.
And my name is Hunter Rupp.
And we'll be your 3 commentators here for tonight, as there's currently 2 minutes of practice remaining. Drivers taking laps around the racetrack as of right now. Yeah, first off, I want to go ahead and say happy Merry Christmas to everybody and all those who are watching. Hope you had a fun time and received all your gifts from all your parents and friends and guardians and such. But here tonight, we're going to go ahead and do something a bit interesting, as I said. As you see here on the right side, I mean, not right side, left side of your screen, 3 separate classes that these drivers are going to run. And hopefully one of those drivers off of each class will walk away with $10 each. So what are you expecting here for tonight? We'll start off with you, Mark.
I'm expecting the drivers that have more experience in these cars to, absolutely drive away with this one. So probably Kenny Brady, Parker White, Aaron Smith, and Liam Sheen. They've been talking about their experience all week, so I'd expect them to have good nights.
Yeah, I think it's going to be especially interesting these first couple laps, because there could be a lot of displacement with those first 2 corners, because one of them's just kind of a hairpin because the Legends oval turn, and then the other one's those 2 tire barrier walls, one of them sticking out onto the track. So that's going to be something that the drivers are going to have to navigate. And then obviously there's class traffic later on. So that should be interesting to see how they manage it.
Yeah, that's right. You mentioned class traffic, and it's a 45-minute race, including a faster period, of course. So we should keep a good amount of cars on the racetrack by the end of this. But I'm interested to see if these drivers do have to pit or not. There's a lot of unknowns coming in here for tonight. So for everybody inside that Jetta class and the Solstice class, I'm not sure how the races are going to be, honestly, but for the MX-5, it's a starter car. Everybody runs it on road. Hopefully they know what they're doing. Looks like the the timer is ticking down to the 00, so we're going to scoot ourselves to the side, play the national anthems. So go ahead, rise up, remove your hats as we salute our nation's colors. If you're not just joining us here for tonight, we welcome here to the iSCAR Christmas event, currently live on Max Speed TV, alongside myself with Mark Frimpong. My name is Ezeckiel Reyes, and as of right now, drivers taking their fastest 2 laps around. Hopefully they could even log in 2 laps, because there's only 5 minutes of qualifying as of right now. But, what are some... I'm curious, you hit the track just for a bit. What are some interesting corners around this racetrack that you think may be a big highlight in this 45-minute race, Mark?
I'd expect that obviously turn 1, with just the shape of it, will be an interesting corner. You know, a hairpin's a really tight corner. You gotta get all the way down to the bottom of those types of corners. And then turn 2 as well is a really sharp corner, kind of a blind corner. So if there's a wreck up ahead, not a whole lot of vision through that corner.
Yeah, I'd like to say that this the actual oval part of the racetrack will play a big factor as well, especially in those classes with a bit less speed than everybody else, because it can influence the way people take corners on the exit of the road course, because then they have to get that run on the oval. And then the Jetta, obviously, it's basically just a street car with a roll cage and a Motec dash in it. So that's gonna wheel hop and understeer through every corner. The MX-5, obviously, the car of most people's choice, and then the Solstice, kind of a slower MX-5 in a way.
Yeah, the Solstice is an interesting car. I usually run it when I'm running production car. If you notice a pattern, we are running production cars, except without the Ford. But so right now, drivers now taking their first laps.
Yeah, people are logging in their first laps just now.
No surprise to see a bit of separation between each class. First, the Global MX-5 class, Kenny Brady has the fastest time, and even though Aaron Smith in the 170 is 5th on the board, he's 1st in his class.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'd say was expected, considering what we had going into the qualifying with those practice times. I'd say a lot of standard suspects. I even think I saw Joe Berkey displace a couple of Volkswagen Jettas there, which was very interesting. So he's obviously very fast for the night.
Yeah, but as a couple more times come in, it appears as if that car is not going to hold up and will probably get lapped quite early.
Yeah, still have a lot of people yet to log in at least 1 lap. Here you're going to chilling in the infield yet again. You see the number 90 Malachi Drake, the Truck Series champion, taking his lap through that first corner that we just mentioned about. And here's the second corner, the 90-degree corner, basically right up off of pit road. You swipe your car left to get yourself into the infield. Man, that's going to be one tight corner. That's utilizing the NASCAR pit exit, and that's going to be very, very dangerous.
Yeah, it's a very narrow entry. Actually, kind of reminds me of if anybody's watched F1 before that, at Monaco, there's the chicane called the Nouvelle Chicane, and there's a wall sticking out when you enter in, and it looks a lot like that, actually, just a left-hander instead of a chicane. So you kind of got to watch your entries just so you don't slap that tire barrier on entry.
Alright, so we have set the grid here for tonight. Congratulations to our pole winner of Kenny Brady, and Parker White is going to be starting in 2nd place. And we will see a separation between classes. It's not like they're just because Aaron Smith qualified in 5th place doesn't mean he's going to be starting in the 5th spot. Oh man, I'm nervous. I don't want to see a big wreck, but I already sense one based on how this race, I mean, how practice went.
Yeah, obviously, there you'll notice, and immediately when you look behind those MX-5s, look at that size difference. It looks like the Jettas are twice the height of the MX-5s. This first corner is going to be very interesting.
Yeah, my goodness. I don't even know what to expect. Yeah,
Look at
currently
how
at a
far
moment of
this
silence, just waiting in anticipation for that green flag to drop.
Yeah, hopefully everyone
at-
takes it easy.
Look at how far the field spans from from the start finish line. It looks like all the way to the entry of the last corner.
Now we're just at a waiting pattern, just waiting for 20 seconds until we see that green flag wave for this 45-minute event. Glad you could tune us in here for tonight's iSCAR iRacing Stock Car Auto Racing Association event for the iSCAR Christmas Shootout. To duke it out here, I think we are about to go green. Here we go. The lights are out, and about away we go. As the field's going to roll itself, green flag is out, and here we go for 45 minutes of racing. And here they go into turns number 1 and 2.
Kenny Brady gets off to just about the expected start that the leader would have. And
Crash.
Here going into turn 1. Oh, there's a wreck in the back, apparently.
Yeah,
Looks
around
like
goes Garrett Hess.
and somebody else.
They were 4 wide for a minute
Somebody
there.
goes to the very back.
Look at them, they're all
Sprite
over the
MX5.
place already, but looks like they make it clean through the first couple sets of corners, surprisingly. But up and away we go, and seems as though the 54 of Max Brady has pulled himself a nice lead over that second place car of Parker White and Aaron Smith. And the 170 leads the second class. Joe Berge in the meantime. Oh, there's wrecking!
Oh no, I think that's Dylan Basin around in front of the field. That's a dangerous spot to be spun around. That's a blind corner. Looks like another white Jetta with a lot of damage. I believe that may have been Peter Kenny in the 19, and there goes Thomas Lloyd again.
It appears as if some of these guys
That's
will
Berge.
take
No, that's
advantage
not
of that fast repair.
Yeah, that's right. That fast repair is going to come in handy, but unfortunately, they're not going to be a part of this $10 for the $10 scramble for that first spot. Still some wrecking around that area as we watch some drivers take it to the front straightaway, completing lap number 1. Kenny Brady crossed the start-finish line, joined in by Parker White in the 095. Aaron Smith is sort of sandwiched between a couple of MX-5s.
Yeah, Aaron Smith is just very fast. He's just way faster than a couple of these MX-5s. You can see he's battling with, I believe that's Matt McGrath in the 113 car, and he goes to the inside. Wow, this is very impressive stuff.
Yeah, Aaron Smith, you can tell he's well clear of the other guys in his class because he is racing cars out of his class, and he's put 3 seconds on the guys in his class.
Yeah, the second person in his class is Malachi Drake, as Aaron Brown is going to tow it. Kenny Brady is still leading his class by a good margin over Parker White, as we have a battle here for the second spot. It looks like Christopher Weil has worked himself in front of Malachi. He's actually lost 2 spots, so Omar Diallo in that number 1, he works himself into 3rd. Oh, got a wreck in the back. Is that Berge?
I can't for sure, but yeah, no, there's Joe Berge right there. I don't know who that would have been.
No, Joe Berge is still straight and leading his class.
I think that was
I'll try to
Sertage.
go back and look. Let me go back and look. It looked decently made.
I'm not really sure who it was. Well, in the meantime of that, because that scrambled that the Solstice class a lot. So yeah, it looks like Andy McDowell towed it. And Aaron Brown towed it.
Yeah, it must have happened decently far back. Yeah, he's on pit road. I'm trying to see what happened. It may have been with... Let's see.
Well, these first 5 minutes, everybody's just trying to get into a rhythm. And that's not how you get into a rhythm, as Poindexter goes a bit off-tracking right up off that corner. Aaron Smith,
Oh, there's a car sideways. That's Malachi Drake. He'll keep it straight, though. He only loses 1 spot to Nick Roden.
It looks like something happened with Andy's internet, judging by what happened. I think he just towed it because of that, but I can't tell for sure.
See Malachi there in 5th spot. Colton Zimmer not far behind, as Max Urich in that number 6 is sort of sandwiched between. He already has a bit of right front damage.
I'm sure that
Fortunately.
was sustained on that first lap. That was a... Nobody got around, but I'm sure there were a couple of nice little chrome horns there at the beginning of the race. Kenny Brady and whoever that is, and Parker White, just putting a very dominant performance on this MX5 Cups 2016 class right now. 7 seconds is the next car. 8 now.
You see the gap there between Aaron Smith and Christopher Weil as they head themselves into that tire corner. Not really sure what to call that corner. That's one of the more unique corners on iRacing I've seen one.
I believe Max Urich just went off in turn 1, and he's taking the oval.
Oh, well, there he
Let's
is.
see Yeah, he is just taking the oval. Yeah, he was supposed to be in a Jetta tonight. You'll see a couple of these cars, these Jettas with a special paint scheme. I believe one of the cars that has it 19 of Peter Kenny. It was a meme scheme that they were trying to run, but the team owner forgot to run the right class of car, and you can see him obviously not taking it too seriously, taking the oval right here. Aaron Smith putting on 3.5 seconds to Christopher Weil now.
Now there's Weil in that number 41, of course. Has won a lot of races this season, but is looking to grab the ARCA Championship here in a week. So coming out Talladega, that's that number 41. You want to look forward to him as we'll hit the track on Wednesday night for the final race of the Yost Auto Sales Series.
Yeah, another
Oh,
thing about
someone
this...
just hit the barrier.
Oh, where?
Oh, that was Diallo. He was running third at the time. We'll get a replay on that.
Oh, that's decently big for the Solstice class. Oh, wow. What
Oh,
happened there?
Not really sure.
Maybe he just ulted forward?
And Kenny
Well, he's
Brady,
trying to
he
fix the
too
car.
is disconnected.
Oh, yeah, Kenny Brady is gone.
So that puts Parker White in.
Wait, I'm pretty sure that just gave Urich the lead when he took the oval.
Oh
I
no!
believe Urich will have a time penalty.
Yeah, he'll have a time penalty, no
probably
doubt
a
about it.
massive time penalty, but yeah, for a brief moment, Max Urich, your overall leader here in the Christmas showdown.
I'm just curious what happened to Brady though. Like, he was in a nice position, trying to, mind his own P's and Q's. Oh, it looks like he just disconnected.
That same thing happened to Andy McDowell in that Jetta class. He just disappeared and he respawned back in the pit road, so I have no clue what's happening.
Yeah, so this puts. I mean, Max is in the lead, but
And
obviously
Aaron
it's Parker
Smith-
White.
Did something happen to Aaron, or did the ticker just glitch? Because it just showed him as like 5th or 6th right there.
No, Aaron is still leading his class, but probably blinked maybe.
So
Yeah,
when
it
some
must be
people
ticker
tow it, it
glitches.
displays them at the head of the leaderboard just by a brief moment, but still Aaron,
very
you
weird.
see him right there, and Christopher Weil in that second place. Haven't mentioned this other class, Joe Berge in the 83, Nick Miller. Not far ways behind, he's sort of there, as well as Mullen. Mullen's had a nice run, running third in his class. You see William, he too is slowly catching up.
I can confirm Max Urich, I believe, has obtained an actual penalty now. Will be forced to give all of those positions back. I'd assume Parker White's still 40 seconds back on the ticker. So, yeah, that must have screwed something up. Had to give it all back.
Oh, what would be
But
crazy
yeah,
though if
Kenny
Max...
Brady, 1 lap down.
What would be crazy though if Max's time penalty is...
Is he pitting?
Yeah, he's pitting right now. Of
Yes.
course, he's serving his
That's just
he's
weird.
serving his time penalty. But what would be crazy is if Parker, if Max came in front of Parker
He still might
with
get
that
a pretty
time
good
penalty,
position out of
but
this.
nah.
Depends on how long it is, obviously. But
Yeah,
he might come out ahead of some people that he wasn't.
Should probably be a 40-second holding.
Oh, Mullen
Might
doing
be
the
a
same
minute
thing.
15.
Interesting tidbit on Brian Mullen here. He said pre-race he was on 4 shots of Fireball whiskey. And
Oh, he
as
just
you can
blew the
see,
corner.
he has a win the first corner. But yeah, there he goes to Narnia anyway. Christopher Weil, you see there, Joe Berge. Technically dominating his class, but Brian Mullen being shown top of the ticker there.
I mean, I want to say Joe's dominating his class. Nick has a chance to catch up on that 83. So this in turn will move Schmidt into 4th and Bachman into 5th as there's a stopped
There's
car.
Andy again.
Yeah, there's Andy.
again.
He's sort of playing parallel park right here. I'm not sure. Now he gets the car going. I'm not really sure what he's doing,
I
but
don't know. Sartaj Mon, yeah. There he goes.
and here's your
There's Park
overall
White.
leader, that 095.
Coming up on, I believe that's Eric Keeter, right? Might not be, but
Yeah.
somebody.
That's Eric Heater. You are right. And he's he wrecked it earlier.
Parker White, I don't know how big of a lead he has. 11 seconds now. Was, I believe, like 7 over Trey Shuttlesworth. But yeah, ever since Kenny Brady disconnected, it's basically been Parker White's race to lose. He's been pulling away from Shuttlesworth. As you can see, 3rd on the MX5 Cup and overall leaderboard is Eric Keplinger. He doesn't race a whole lot, but he just came back for this race. Yeah, here he is. Pre-race, like 10 minutes before the race, I think he asked for the invite to the league, but he's back. So Eric Keplinger, number 60, running 3rd overall.
Look at this battle right here.
He just came out on top of this battle. Actually, Eric was a part of it a couple laps ago. There's a lap car, I believe, holding up some of the guys in the MX5 class, but they're starting to
Matt
work their way
McGrath.
back. Yeah, that
looks
would
like.
be Matt.
I believe that's Harry behind him. We haven't really seen Harry. He's usually a road course guy now, so here he is.
Harry, of
So,
course, as Benjamin would say, across the pond, or Dewey. Harry coming from the UK, currently duking it out with Mitch Hobbs in the 89, who's still behind the 170 of Aaron Smith. Smith has a lot of cushion between himself and Christopher Wow. Wow has to work himself through all these MX-5s.
That's not an easy test. That is technically the faster car. But obviously Aaron Smith found a way around, so I'd assume with the speed that Wiles showing, he probably could do the same thing.
Yeah, I think Aaron's been giving up some of the positions when he has to battle an MX5 very hard because he doesn't really lose anything on track from giving up those spots.
Yeah, that's right. As we flash back, Joe Bergey's off track. Well, sort of off track. Got a bit wide there, so this will open up the door for Nick Miller to make something happen. He's loose!
Miller gets so loose right there. I believe he got that curb on the exit of that corner. That's already kind of a off-camber corner. He hit that curb, and I guess it got it loose enough where he almost spun it, but a nice save. You see Andy McDowell with heavy rear end damage from the pit road.
I'm not really sure who's used their fast repairs yet.
I'd hope nobody with how early on we are into the race, but I'm sure some people have gotten into it.
I believe Sartaj has. I think he just came out of the pits a few laps prior to this one.
Looks like Mullen goes a lap down, so maybe he either got told to park it or came down pit road for a penalty, but yeah. The brief Solstice class leader has now dropped a lap down.
Yeah, you see, Parker is coming up on a lot of lap traffic. He's sandwiched between a couple of solstices, so as long as he catches them at the right time, which is on the straightaways, he won't have some problems. But right there, through that last set of corners, which I'd like to say those are the S's, you don't want to catch any lap cars there. That'll lose you a lot of time, and luckily for Parker White, if he does get hiccups just a bit, he has a 14-second gap to Trey Shuttlesworth.
Yeah, obviously that is a flat-out corner down there, so you don't want a slower car in the way when obviously you're
Whoa!
foot down on the throttle. As you see Christopher Weil shooting the gap with and Andy McDowell, and they almost make contact off of the corner. I feel like that may have been a little bit too close to racing from that 49, considering he is in the slower car. The 41 to Weil does have the right of way, but does let him by, and Matt McGrath has beached it into that turn number 2 wall. Looks like he gets it back going. Right in front of whoever that black Jetta was, I believe.
Oh, another car was around.
Drake.
Oh, and Aaron Smith is almost around, the leader of his class. Going through the S's. I believe that was a reaction to Harry Grindo, who spun out in front of him.
There's a car with no front end
Or maybe
That's
Eric
Keplinger.
That is in
That
fact
is Keplinger. So Keplinger's first race back and will most likely end in smoke. That's unfortunate, but
I mean, he does
yeah,
have a
he's on-
fast repair, so he could just fling it on the pit road and get his motor fixed up. But the question is, where even is pit road?
Yeah, I'd say his days of competing for the win are probably over unless something crazy happens. But yeah, you see he's losing massive time. I believe he fell all the way down to 6th place there on the ticker.
Yep. I'm just curious where pit road is. So,
I
Eric,
believe it's
there it
like
is.
right here. Yeah, yeah. You just
What a
go
weird
through
pit
these
road.
cones. We did this in the iSCAR 2 Pro Light Series race. You basically go straight on, and it's just a bunch of cones, and then you park it
There's
here
the fast repair.
where turn 1 would be in the where the Roval turn 1 would be. That's where you park it and get your service done. But as you can see, Keplinger gets his fast repair.
Appears if another car's gone off onto the oval, that might be Nick Roden.
Man, people are really just not caring anymore. Oh,
Yeah, you got a
Actually,
lot of
There's
people.
a battle on the oval now.
they just decided to take the oval. Oh my goodness.
Oh no, that's not what you want to do.
Uric? I believe that was the number 6 of Max Uric, so the Supreme Motorsports guys, I don't think really care anymore. Wild ones so far down here in Charlotte, North Carolina.
Yeah, for Parker White, he has a 17-second gap to Trey Shuttlesworth. Shuttlesworth blinking though. Smith has, I think,
It has a massive lead. We'll see on the ticker here in a second. It is... Oh, well, we gotta wait. But it's a massive gap, I know that. 6.9 seconds. And the gap in Solstice has actually shrunken massively, it looks like. It looked like it was like 3.5 seconds. It was like 6. Now it's like, I believe, 3 or 4. So something must have happened.
Berge, he holds a nice lead over the 95 of Nick Miller. And after that, you have to scroll all the way back. I wouldn't say William Schmidt's too far back. He's still in contention if these top two have some type of problem. And Casey Drake, yeah, I think it's just going to be a 3-horse race for the Solstice class.
That beautiful number 79 Phil Swift scheme. But Aaron Smith, yeah, I can't even see the next car. There he is, Christopher Weil in the background. 7 seconds back. Now Nick Roten, I believe, just moved into the 3rd spot. But that's also brief because of the whole oval thing. So.
Yeah.
A little battle on track going into turn 2 there was.
Yep, he moves into the lead, but he'll have to forfeit it like Mullen and
Whoa!
before him. That was very close, cutting by Aaron Smith, but he's shown he can handle it.
It was Solstice that Harry Grindle was working around, and you see up ahead, I'm not sure what the battle that Mark was talking about. Not sure who the cars were, but you see another battle here between Carson Poindexter and Mitch Hobbs. This 21 and 89 gonna go at it into turns number 1. They're still far ways away, but you see Mitch close that gap into the Legends Oval part of the track. He's gonna be knocking on the door here in a moment.
Yeah, Mitch, I wouldn't really consider a road course guy, but sure enough, here he is contending for the overall podium. So with that race-damaged car, as you can see, that fender pulled up. I believe the rear end was a little bit messed up, but it's been all about Parker White in this MX-5 class. He's just masterclass performance so far after Kenny Brady disconnected 8 laps ago.
Yeah, barring a quite catastrophic mistake out of Parker White, it should be an easy win for him.
I believe 8 cars on the lead lap in MX-5, and I believe most of the Solstices, if not all of them, have been lapped at this point. You see Nick Roden with a hard charge down the inside on
Yeah,
Parker
he's still
White.
he's still lapping. He's still taking laps on the oval, but in the meantime of that, for Parker White, all he has to do is just survive and play nice to all these lap cars. He has a 16-second lead to Trey Shuttlesworth, who seems as though he can't really get a handle of the racetrack. You see him overshoot the corner right there.
I think at this point, if I'm Trey Shuttlesworth, I'm just hoping that a Jetta or a Solstice somehow boots the 095 off the track, because it's pretty evident that it will not happen on pace for that 119 Alpha Tower machine.
Joe Berge sort of sandwiched between a couple of MX-5s. That's a 60 of Keplinger, who recently took his fast repair, and here comes the 095. So 2 leaders on your screen as Parker White works himself to the inside.
As that was the last Solstice that Parker White had to lap so far. He'll have to come around one more time, most likely, with how much time we have left. But after that, he should be done with the Solstices, barring any problems. And then he has a lot of Jettas to go, obviously, as technically it says Nick Roten has lapped the entire field in the Jetta class. Obviously not correct because he went on the oval, but yeah.
It's true. Unfortunately for Eric Keplinger, who had to come in for his fast repair after he was having quite a good day, he's probably about to go a lap down here sooner rather than later.
Supreme Motorsports, I believe, has found a genius way to get TV time with that oval tactic.
Yeah, for Keplinger, though, he has to... The next car he has to battle out with is 63 Thomas Lloyd, who's way far ahead of that number 60. He's been reaching distance, but it's just going to take a while to get to him. We still have 24 minutes in the race, so just interested to see on where he's going to come out as at the end of this one. And also, got to mention about the fuel situation. Not really sure how many gallons these cars do hold. Probably
gonna hop in and look real quick.
Yeah, it should be on the info tab.
It says estimated laps 48.1, but that is also the Jetta. I do not know how good the MX-5s will be. I believe those hold 4 to 5 gallons as Sartage disconnects.
Yeah, if that's about 40-ish laps that we're gonna run, this race is estimated to take at least 32 laps for the MX-5s.
I am 13 laps down, so we've run 13 laps in this event so far.
Yeah, we'll pull up the laps, and it says 18 to go right now, but I see on ATVO as Parker White is encountering a lot of lap traffic. Got to work himself around to 25. Oh, that's Colton Zimmer.
Of Colton Zimmer, yeah. And then Eric Keplinger trying to hold on to his lap. But
oh, that's a tight corner.
Lets him by. That is very tight corner to let the leader by, but obviously made it work as now Parker White works on lapping another MX-5, and I believe there is another Jetta in front of that.
Oh, someone just came out the pits and almost took out.
Oh!
It does.
Oh, Keplinger is very loose.
He kept it straight. Yeah, that was...
Heater, I believe.
Yeah, Heater came out the pits, and I just think a little bit of a lack of spatial awareness, but just caught Keplinger, but they keep it straight.
They're all over each other for this position. Keplinger wants to keep himself on the lead lap, and Parker White's just trying to find a ways around. Looking right behind that battle with all these Jettas and such. Right behind these, the overall leader. That's the 08 of Dylan Basin. You see 25 Colton Zimmer right behind. And looks at 28 of Eric Heater. Heater is actually a lap car, but it's between the Dylan Basin and Colton Zimmer for this 6th spot.
Yeah, those Jettas, it's very dangerous to go side by side in those cars because they will wheel hop and skid and do all these crazy things unless you nail it perfectly, basically. But obviously they're being able to have a amazing side by side battle for a little bit there as we see Nick Miller now 10 seconds behind that 83 Red Bull Solstice of Joe Berge. So I think we've seen most of the fizzling out happen as 13 seconds between the Jettas and 17 seconds between the MX-5s. So now it's just lap traffic.
Yeah, we nearly saw a wreck right there as I think it was Eric Heater fly off a pit road right in front of the leaders. So they got to be aware and not run into each other. On the midst of that, a battle for third going on between Carson Poindexter and Mitch Hobbs. Mitch has a bit of front-end damage on that machine, but we got right on board with the 89. So works himself into the infield.
Poindexter for a few laps here. Just can't seem to find a way around him. Can't seem to break the bubble of half a second between the two of them. Yeah, they're just sort of following each other in
in the tire tracks. Of course, this is the first time these drivers have hit this. Oh, Mitch might have an opportunity right there, but couldn't complete the pass. But this is the first time these drivers have hit this type of configuration. As William Schmidt gonna go wide to let these two by. Mitch also with the Jetta leader of Aaron Smith, as he's trying to find a way around William Schmidt, who's holding him up just a bit.
Yeah,
he's gonna pose an issue.
That Solstice just doesn't have as much of anything as really any of these cars. It's just generally the slowest in every regard. So he has to find a good place to let this leader by. And it's obviously not here, as they almost make contact. The stands kind of block it, but it looks like Aaron Smith will get around as that MX-5 of... Is that Matt McGrath again?
No, that's a 70.
No, that's Harry Grindell. Never mind.
Yeah, now Aaron Smith will have to
Squeezes
deal with Harry once again.
I believe Harry may be able to hold him off, but it'll depend. Mainly on the fuel tank when they'll have to pit, because I think they'll probably have to pit. That estimated lap was probably not correct. I believe in the races with at the Roval you do have to pit, but obviously those are two different disciplines. Because this is the Legends Road course and that's the Roval, but something to go off of.
The only battle I see right now is between Mitch Hobbs and Carson Poindexter. Harry Grindle in the meantime, in that number 70, he's slowly working up on this third place battle as well. 4 seconds between Nick Miller and William Schmidt, as Joe Berge is in the meantime. He's on his own island.
Zimmer just pulled it in on pit road. You'll see him in a second here. Maybe not, but yeah, I just saw him come down pit road, so maybe something happened with him. That, or maybe some fuel strategy?
I'm not sure. Again, we don't know if these drivers do have to pit. And this is an open set. Who knows if they didn't put enough fuel in?
I did just receive word that it does depend on how much fuel these guys started the race with. If they started the race on the baseline setup, though, I believe they can make it.
Yeah, I'm sure the baseline set provides everybody for enough fuel for any type of scenario. I think it fills it up all the way. I'm not really sure, but...
Obviously, the Jetta guys didn't have to worry about that. There's literally nothing you can do to the car.
Yeah, that's right.
So, 18 laps in the books here at Charlotte. Oh, Aaron Smith goes a little bit off-road there. Looks like he has some left side damage.
Yeah, I'm not really sure where he got that from, but in the meantime of that, he still has a 14-second gap between himself and that number 41. So nothing dangerous there.
I'd say the big surprise would definitely have to be Aaron Smith tonight. I mean, we know he's a good road course racer, but I don't think anybody expected him to pull 14 seconds on Christopher Weil. That kind of came out of left field. So good job by Aaron Smith tonight, as it looks like he could walk out of here with $10.
Parker White in the meantime.
63 of Thomas Lloyd.
Yeah, that's right.
Beautiful Sprite scheme.
I mean, if
Sprite versus Coca-Cola, actually.
Yeah, that's right. I was about to say, aren't they both Coke brands?
They might. Yeah, they are. I think actually. So I guess technically teammates.
Though I would say Sprite does reign superior.
Actually,
I do
think
agree.
They are teammates. I don't know. Is Lloyd on? I don't.
No,
know,
no,
right?
he's not. But Sprite,
Yeah,
in my
we've seen-
opinion, pretty good.
I like Sprite and I like Pepsi better than I do Coca-Cola, but obviously Coca-Cola reigns supreme tonight, as Parker White has pulled a massive gap on the next car. 20 seconds now it has become over Trey Shuttlesworth, and Poindexter, Hobbs, Grindell round out the top 5, and then there are 6 cars on the lead lap in that car.
Look how wide Berge has to go just to let all these MX-5s by. Not sure who that is. Is that Thomas Lloyd? I'm not really sure.
That might be Hobbs. That looks like the damage Hobbs had.
Yeah, that's right.
Hobbs. I know there's double matching schemes in that class because Garrett Hess obviously running that scheme as well. That is his scheme. 5 cars in the lead lap now in the MX-5 class.
And there's the 70 of Grindle, sort of trapped behind the 83 of Joe Berge. Berge's probably going to let it by into the Legends Oval.
Yeah, they are friends, so I'd assume, yeah. Mutual respect, and also because the car is way slower, probably. But here comes Aaron Smith now.
Yeah, 2 leaders.
Lapping. I believe that is the first time the Jettas have gone around all of the solstices. As Aaron Smith laps Joe Berge, that is the last Jetta he will have to lap on this cycle. Probably the last time he'll see Joe Berge in this race, because 15 minutes left.
Yeah, that's right, in a 45-minute event. Do the math.
Yeah, 30 minutes in the books here, so about 2/3 of the way through this one.
And it seems as though Berge didn't lose as much time as I thought he would to Nick Miller. Miller is in clean air, and all these drivers who worked themselves around that number 83 were very kind to him.
Yeah, Schmidt's probably the last car that's even in remote contention for this. Every other car's a lap down at that point. You see Bachman, Drake, Mon, all of those people a lap down at this point. 5 cars on the lead lap in Jeddah. But obviously we have pretty noticeable leaders. But Miller is closing in on the 83 a little bit.
Yeah, there is only 9 cars on the lead lap in general. I believe Parker White might have the pace to catch Aaron Smith and Harry Grindle in that little battle that's been going on between Aaron Smith and a few of the MX-5s.
Yeah, 5 MX-5s on the lead lap, and I believe 4 Jettas are still on the lead lap to follow up what Mark said there.
Yeah, it's still a 3-car battle between this 3rd spot. Poindexter, Mitch Hobbs, and Harry Grindle. Grindle is slowly working himself forward to these 2 drivers right in front of him. You see the gap right there between 5th versus 4th and 3rd. Currently, Poindexter holds that spot.
I think Grindle's one of the people we expected to have a good night tonight. Obviously, top 5 and reeling in. Possibly could end the race with a podium, which would be great for that whole Team Kamikaze team. I believe the last top 5 they got was in the... No, they've gotten top 5 since then, right? But
Yeah,
Harry's,
I'm pretty sure they have.
Harry's, I believe, last came in the Summer Series at, I believe, the Super Late Model Series. I think he won that season, right?
Yeah, he did win that season. He won at the Southern National Motorsports Park, which is now a free track.
Yeah, which was, just quite an unlucky driver, Harry is, I'd say. He probably should have had more than 1 top 3 since then, but could be him getting it tonight.
I would be happy to see that. I like Harry, obviously. One of the only drivers in the entire league to be from anywhere other than North America.
Yeah, he does in fact bring diversity, which is quite cool.
For diversity, iSCAR edition. But anyway, there's Aaron Smith in that 170 unsponsored Jetta. And judging by this performance, hopefully somebody sponsors him. This has been a pretty much dominating performance. Now 19 seconds to Christopher Weil.
Yeah, and Weil's encountering... He's actually been with that 95 and Nick Miller, who's not letting him go. Miller still holding back that 41 and gaining ground now. I think Miller's probably going to let that 41 go.
Yeah, that was a good place to let him go, because if they were side by side in that corner, I don't think one of them would have lasted.
And Nick is catching for that first spot, but it's 8 seconds all the way back to that 95. So for Berge, if he does fall into some type of mistake, like spinning out, he has 8 seconds to get himself going before that 95 catches him.
Yeah, it has shrunken decently significantly. It's been cut down by about 20% in the past, I'd say 3 or 4 laps. So obviously, Nick Miller has either found something he wasn't before or saved the tires better than that 83 of Berge. Berge, I believe, still looking for his first ever iSCAR win, which technically this would be it with a class win.
Right.
That is correct. And you also bring up a good point with the tire saving. There's a little battle between Poindexter, Mitch Hobbs, and Harry Grindle that's been going on for multiple laps, but it appears as if Trey Shuttlesworth is kind of falling into their clutches now. That could be down to tire saving.
Yeah, it is a 45 minutes. It is a 45-minute race, so it's fairly long.
I think that's how Harry started to catch those guys, was because of tire saving, because he technically wasn't even really a factor for the podium earlier, but now something clicked and now he's just hauling. I know we've already mentioned Harry a couple times, but that speed is not going without any reward so far if he can catch, as you see Aaron Smith lurking in the background.
I'm not really sure if Smith is sort of whiffing a draft off of those MX-5s, because I know those MX-5s leave a bit of draft, especially on some big tracks, which have long straightaways. Everybody on the MX-5s really group up together just to draft off each other. On the meantime of that, for Parker White, though, 27 seconds is the gap between himself and Shuttlesworth. And he's a known road course racer as well.
Yeah, he's putting on a lot of padding. Parker White, you know, we've seen some prowess out of him on these road courses, especially in the main series. All three of those races was a factor, was there in the top three a lot of the time, and obviously that's shining. Kenny Brady looked like he was going to run away with it, but he just, I guess, decided to up and leave. As you see, I believe that's David Bachman in the Pabst Blue Ribbon scheme, pull off the track and onto the pit road. So there goes the 4th place spot, and that should be, might not be inherited by Casey Drake, as we now are under 10 minutes left in this event. Nick Miller has heavy fender damage. I don't think he had that before.
Yeah, and now William
Schmidt might
Schmidt.
catch him.
Yeah, here he goes. So, what can William do to pass for the second spot?
To see how he got this. I'm going to go back and see how he got this, because I didn't even know he had this fender damage, but he lost about 3 seconds when he got it.
Here comes Schmidt for the second spot.
It looks like he sustained it on lap 23. Let me see what he did. Oh, he just hit the tire barrier, I think.
That's gonna turn that damage seems as though it's hurting him a lot, and it's hurting the turn on his car. So
Yeah.
Joe Berge probably sigh of relief right there, knowing Nick has a problem. And for the 79 William Schmidt, he has no other option just to sell for second place though. So I think Joe has it in the bag for the Solstice class.
Lap 23, if you look, he took a chunk out of that left front fender because he just nailed the turn 2 tire barrier. He cut it way too close and it just ate up the fender. It's basically gone, as you can see. Schmidt in that Flex Seal car all over the back end of that 95.
Yeah, Nick most
With
likely.
the high speed sections, looks like it's helping him a lot.
Yeah, look at Nick blocking all the way to the grass, trying to prevent William from getting by, but it's probably inevitable by this point if William can set up the pass.
I think he's trying to get the run off the corner here. We'll have to see, as off the corner wheel spin from William Schmidt, but he cuts it back to the outside, as looks like we had a plume of smoke there from somebody on pit road. But anyway, Miller almost makes the same mistake, but on the outside tire barrier, but will hold off William Schmidt for this second spot.
Nick's slower than that number 79. You could see it on the straightaways into the front stretch. That's not what you want to make.
Oh no, Schmidt into the grass, barely able to save it from hitting that inside tire. I mean, not tire wall, the regular wall, but still concrete. Obviously will mess up your race car, but brilliant defensive driving by Nick Miller. I gotta say, I gotta applaud him for that. That was impressive.
It's true. Only needs to hold up for about an estimated 4 more laps.
But I mean, what was that saying? Block me once, that's alright, but if you block me twice or 3 times, well, you're going in the wall or you're going in the catch fence. And I figured that number 79, William Schmidt, might be a bit ticked off being blocked so many times, and might have to use what Hunter would reference as the chrome horn and work himself by that number 95. So we'll have to see on how.
Should get another opportunity right here.
Yeah, here he comes.
Might give him the.
Yeah, that's a second block.
Cuts Nick.
Yeah, I know. I think, especially since they've lost about 3 seconds, you see Parker White actually behind these two cars. That's actually going to play a little bit of a factor, because they're going to, especially if they wreck in a corner like this, that's going to basically block the track for Parker White. But Miller almost cuts his fender off again, but here comes Schmidt
Oh!
down the inside. Parker White
Be able to make
still
that happen.
behind.
And
This is
Mike Lair right
incredible
here
stuff.
before they get into the next corner. And Will
Schmidt
Clear.
gets him, yep. Wow.
Oh,
That
Schmidt's
could
a
have
little
been...
tight.
Oh,
Oh, it's not over. This could be very bad for Parker White. Oh, please do not come back down to the White. It looks like he won't for the time being, but they're going to go back at it probably. So Parker White just praying to anything that's above right now that they don't wreck in front of him.
Quite incredible defensive driving from Nick Miller, considering he went into the tire barrier and is still able to hold off this position.
This is incredible by Miller. I mean, obviously that mistake by Schmidt kind of opened the door. He's made that mistake 2 laps in a row now, as looks like White trying to find any way around. Obviously lapping the Solstice is a second time this race. Looks like he'll get around Schmidt, and that basically put the nail in the coffin for now, as Miller gives up the inside to that 095.
but
the
because
battle heats back up
oh yeah,
again.
that's right. Just
They
because
probably should have let him by in a different corner.
And it looks like base and lap traffic for Aaron Smith as we go back to this incredible battle. Nick Miller, so far, now going on to the 3rd lap of defensive driving on this 79 car, William Schmidt. As he'll cut back to the outside, he's going to cut back to the inside here. Can he get him? No, he has to check up.
And William will probably pull the same move going into this next corner. Hopefully he doesn't go as wide as he did the last time for his sake. Keeps it pinned this time, but still will not be able to complete the pass on Nick Miller.
Wow, this is... I just can't believe how Miller's holding on this well.
on the meantime of that, for 3rd place, looks like Mitch Hobbs had a bit of an issue. He's fallen back into 4th. So Grindle back into 3rd.
Good to see him finally get... Looks like Poindexter may have had a problem. He goes a lap down.
Yeah,
he goes in front of those two.
There he is.
Yeah, there must have been a problem involving them.
I'm gonna see what happened here. Give me a second.
Harry was
I'll be
actually
back.
5th.
Schmidt's still there. Oh, he's giving him the bumper. Oh, he knows.
He's trying to, but Miller obviously holding it off. I think Schmidt's starting to get a little ticked off here. We could see it in this driving. This is the type of driving you see out of somebody desperate to pass, and obviously that's Schmidt right now, but hugging the inside is Nick Miller. Obviously these cars are so slow, there's really no exit speed you can obtain. It's just getting through the corner. But
oh, he got a run right there.
Yeah,
Oh!
Poindexter coming in the pit road is going to throw a wrench into the plans of the 79, as they might go 3 wide in turn 1 here. Looks like they won't for now. And then a Jetta coming up behind them, that beautiful pattern car. I don't know who that is, but that is a great car. But they're still going at it, and Schmidt gives him the bumper again into turn number 2. And now we'll...
Oh, he doored him!
I gives him a door as well, just to show off his displeasure. Will Miller do anything about that? For now, it looks like he won't. And give it to William Schmidt for now, unless he makes the same mistake he's been making. The past 2 corners is here comes Miller.
Oh, he put him in the grass. Oh, now Schmidt has to be mad. He's gonna probably sail that 95 here in a moment. He just gave up. That's the 2nd time he's given up that position, and I'm pretty sure that 79 has had it. It's just about time they're about to make some contact. In. Oh, he tried.
In there, but he holds it.
This reminds me of like classic NASCAR road course racing, with how they're just dooring and going all kinds of crazy. This is probably the best battle on the entire track, and probably in the entire race so far. As Jetta comes up behind them. Who is that? That's the 777 of Garrett Hess.
And Keplinger is also starting to close the gap to them as well. Keplinger is 6th in his class, so
yeah, there he is.
That will most likely be either 2 or 3 to go for Parker White now. At this point, we're almost done with this event. Joe Berge loves to see this, because this basically just gifted him this win on a silver platter. Now 19 seconds back to Nick Miller. Will Schmidt give him the bumper again? As here comes Keplinger and Hess.
Keplinger is going to play a big factor into this. Looks like Schmidt backed up the corner just to let Keplinger in.
This could actually help him, because, yeah, Miller's going to have to let him by now.
Nick lets him by in a pretty good area, and actually ends up making Williams lose a little bit of time.
I think Schmidt might be able to close that back up, just judging by this fender damage, but who knows? Maybe Schmidt burnt his tires trying to do that. As here comes Hess now. I think Hess is starting to either get impatient or want, or he's just too much faster than these guys to wait any longer. Obviously, Schmidt and Hess pretty good friends, so obviously I think Hess wants to see Schmidt pass that 95, as looks like he could, giving him the bumper again in that corner. And engine smoke out of somebody. I believe that is Dylan Basin in that 08 car.
I believe this is actually the final lap for the Solstices. Or they're coming.
I just got a notification, white flag on the radio, so I believe that means that Parker White, yes, has taken the white flag in this race.
Yeah, white flag is out, so all bets are off for all these drivers behind that 095. Once they cross the start-finish line for that 95 and 79, it's on. Final chance for William to pass Nick. I don't think he's going to give it up this time.
Yeah, white flag is out for the Solstices, as I believe the Jettas also took the white flag, but I am not 100% sure. That might be Aaron Smith coming through to receive the white flag. As, oh my goodness.
This ain't over. William's going to back up the corner. He's probably going to give the bumper.
Looks like somebody over to the side.
I believe that was Dylan Basin that stopped over to the side.
Williams all over Nick. Oh, here he comes. Oh, I just cannot believe Nick is sailing it far enough into the corner that William just can't get the bumper to him. Oh, Nick is sideways!
Oh, Miller.
Oh, but he keeps the inside, though.
Will Schmidt give him the bumper going into this next corner? I don't know if he will. It looks like he may have.
Hits him once. Hits him again.
Hits him again.
Can he get to the inside? Looks like for now he will, but I don't think that set up Schmidt the way he wanted.
Yeah, he's on the outside. He's going to have to file back in line and make something happen here for that. But in the meantime, checkered flag for Parker White, I think.
Yeah, that is the checkered flag. Parker White, your winner. Unless it might not be. I don't know. But for now, give it to Parker White, as I believe that is the nail in the coffin for William Schmidt. All Miller has to do, unless this is the 2-to-go lap, is to just drive away. But
should have it through here.
Yeah, it might be checkered flag. So
we'll have to wait and see. Though.
Yeah, we still have to wait. Sure. I think it is checkered flag. Yeah, there it is. It's checkered flag now.
So Joe Berge wins that class, as I believe you can also give the Jetta win to Aaron Smith in the 170 car, as here he comes across the line. I can hear several cars blowing engines and hitting the walls, so yeah, this race is definitely over. As
and there's Joe Berge.
Aaron Smith doing
That's a class win for him, but I mean it's not overall, but it's something to hold upon.
Yeah, coming through these last couple of corners, Joe Berge has had pretty much smooth sailing since this went green. Competition, Nick Miller obviously hitting that tire barrier. But as he comes to these last few corners, Joe Berge, not a winner no longer, because as he comes to these final corners, Joe Berge will win the Solstice class. Most likely, unless he somehow, spins it over here.
Actually, if he spins out, he should still win for the class, because Nick and William have already pulled off.
Yep, off the final corner. Give it to Joe Berge. A bridesmaid no more will win here in the Christmas showdown. He does a burnout, I'm sure. If he can. I don't even think the Solstice can do a burnout.
Yeah, so you go ahead, Mark.
He gets his burnout going. He was able to get quite a bit of smoke, actually.
Yeah, there he goes.
Oh, yeah, no, he actually put a pretty decent show on for these virtual fans. But race over, and as you see, mine and Mark Frimpong's beautiful cars that did not start this race, but there is a car that started and won this race, Aaron Smith in that 170.
Yeah,
all the Jetta class brings it down pit road.
Now we'll scoot ourselves to the side, drag on everybody into the booth, and we'll be right back right after this. So stay tuned, more to come here for this event.
Earnhardt, the defending champion, a man who has won here at this racetrack. He has been absolutely second to none in 1987. Dale Earnhardt is on his last lap. This will be his 24th career win, his fourth win of 1987 out of 6. Dale Earnhardt wins the first Union 400 in North Wilkesboro. Everyone's wondering what can stop Dale Earnhardt. He's on a roll, 4 wins and 6 starts. I mean, is there anybody can handle you?
There may be a little more here underneath the sheet metal.
Well, I'm sure this afternoon we'll know a lot more, and we've got 500 miles to run. We'll see what happens.
Good luck today.
A magnificent 19th annual $500,000 Talladega 500 is won by Dawsonville, Georgia's Bill Elliott, and the siren is beginning to ring. You'll probably hear it in Dahlonega. Bill Elliott has won. Davey Allison second.
Elliott now getting a challenge from Tim Richmond, but he closes again right in behind Earnhardt, coming down off turn 4. And Earnhardt loses it, goes on the grass, comes back, and Elliott goes inside. And Earnhardt still got the lead. Incredible. Decent driving by Earnhardt. 7 laps to go. Earnhardt went on the grass.
Dale Earnhardt is reminding Mr. Elliott, you make one mess up like that, and I might get through.
When you come to North Wilkesboro on a short racetrack, you expect some fender to fender and even some paint trading going on out there. We've seen it already as Brett Bodine gave Jerry Cranmer a nudge in the rear end, and now we're seeing some great competition out there between Dale Earnhardt and Bill Elliott.
And we welcome everybody back here live for the iSCAR Christmas event. Congratulations to our class winners of the 095 Parker White, Aaron Smith in the 170, Joe Berge in the 83. Technically, it's the first win for all these 3 drivers. None of them have ever been to Victory Lane, and it seems as though we're going to interview a different person in each class. So we'll go ahead and drag in the 095 into the booth here in just a moment, but we'll start off with what you think about this race tonight, guys. Obviously interesting, not a lot of battles though, but that's because I mean half the people were screwing around and stuff like that. But what'd you take off this race to find a bit interesting?
Well, me personally, what I found interesting about this race was the gaps that people were able to put on other drivers, which obviously could have been down to possibly the setup, although I think most drivers didn't know this was an open setup. It was on such short notice, so I think most people just ran the fixed setup. So it was quite interesting to see the gaps that people were able to put on their drivers in their class with a fixed setup race, essentially.
Obviously, road course racing, obviously, bigger gaps, you kind of expect that, but we obviously had some great battles, namely that one with Nick Miller and William Schmidt. That whole entire last 5 laps of the race, very interesting to watch. Obviously, the class traffic, we mentioned it pre-show, played an effect today. It was a great race, I'd say, even though there were some pretty big gaps between the winner and second place in almost every class.
Yeah, excuse me. I definitely agree. Big gaps between the winners and second place. And speaking of winners, we're going to go ahead and drag in the number 095 into the booth. Excuse me, apologies if I have a cold and stuff like that. But in the meantime, with that, we'll go ahead and drag in Parker White technically his first ever iSCAR win here for tonight. Parker, you got a copy?
Yeah, I got you.
Parker, congratulations on your first ever iSCAR victory. Of course, I had to come out of an off week, but taking a lot of momentum from those past couple of weeks, finally getting a W. Of course, during a special event here, but talk to me about tonight's race.
Yeah, I know Kenny Brady was in the race, so when I saw him, I was like, well, if I can get like a top 3 or something here, it'll be pretty good. But fortunately for us, he left the session, I think, in the beginning, which handed us the lead, and I was able to put a gap on Trey there. I think the biggest challenge in that race is just navigating lap traffic, and it was kind of a new course for me. I've run this course a few other times, so I kind of had to get back into the rhythm of it. But overall, it was a pretty fun race.
Yeah, that's alright, and of course, the gap between you and Shuttlesworth was too big to really make factor for that lead. So it all basically came down to learning the track. I know, well, I don't know if you've run this track before. Maybe a bit of prior experience coming in here for tonight.
Yeah, I remember a few months ago I had a league here that ran legend cars, and I first ran that track. I think I tested, I can't remember what car it was, but when I first got iRacing, I thought it was a cool course. So definitely not the first time I've run this course here tonight.
I'm going to play a factor in for your win here for tonight. Congratulations on the big W for tonight's event. But before I let you go, any sponsors want to thank you for tonight?
Yeah, I have to thank my team, McGrath Simsport, and my sponsors, Bunker Lawn Care and Eel Media. And of course, I've got to thank you guys at Max Speed TV.
All right, bud. 10-4 Parker White in the 095 rounds himself out in first place after starting in second. We'll go ahead and see you come to your next race, bud.
All right, thank you.
We'll go ahead and slide in the second winner of Joe Berge. Looks like Aaron Smith is not in the booth, so go ahead and drag in the number 83. Hey, Joe, this is Zeke up in the Max Speed TV booth. You got a copy?
Yes, I do.
Joe, man, you're in victory lane here tonight for your own class. So you started yourself up front and get you led every single lap in your class to finally bring home a W here for tonight. First off, congratulations. And it seemed as though it was an easy one from start to finish. You gapped Nick Miller and William Schmidt by a huge ton. Did it have to do with anything with the setup, or you just run baseline? I'm curious on how you ran tonight's race.
It was honestly all baseline. I'm not used to hearing my name being a winner, but it was all baseline, just running the car a lot during production car, and that I just kind of got used to how the track was. Just nothing was changed, just pure driving right there, and I'm sorry, I'm very I'm trying not to freak out right now. It may not have been the best race for a lot of people, but it was a good race for me. It was an amazing race for me. I'm a winner finally. I can't. Oh,
yeah, man. Yeah, that's about time you find yourself in victory lane here for tonight in your own in this class. But you mentioned prior experience with you running production car. Of course, the Solstice is just your kind of driving style.
I'm not really sure. I just run the car a lot. Got used to it. So I guess so at the same time. But it's not the best car to drive, but it's a fun one at times, especially when you're out front. And oh man, yes.
Yep, 10-4. Joe Berge rounds himself out in first place in his the Pontiac Solstice class. But before we let you go, and your sponsor want to thank you for tonight.
I thank Red Bull, obviously, for sticking with me. Gotta thank Garrett Hess, Weeb Squad and friends, everybody. Shout out to Mullen for getting second. Just gonna hope we can do this in the Winter Series. We're gonna hope we can get some W's, get some more good finishes, make it into the playoffs. This is the start. Yes!
Alright, by 10-4, Joe Berge rounds himself out in victory lane. We'll go ahead and see you come to your next race, bud.
Thank you.
We'll drag in the 170 of Aaron Smith into the booth, winning the Jetta class by a big margin, like 36 seconds over Malachi Drake. Aaron, you got a copy?
Yeah, I gotcha.
Aaron, congratulations on the big W here for tonight. Didn't really have a lot of competition, but lots of lap traffic, though. Lap traffic definitely played a factor in for tonight, as you didn't escape this one a bit clean. Have a bit of damage on that machine, but otherwise you come up with a win, so congratulations. First words.
Well, I wasn't really expecting much, to be honest. I've never really driven this car before, so to be able to take it out and sling it around like that, it was pretty surprising.
Yeah, you mentioned like no prior experience for that number 170 in that Jetta. How about this on the racetrack itself? Not often we see this type of configuration ran on the iRacing service. So how about that for adjusting to both things, sort of multitasking on how the car feels and how you drive the track?
Yeah, between figuring out the car and the lappers and just getting a feel for the track, it made for a pretty interesting race. One didn't really have a boring moment.
Yeah, and luckily for you, you pulled yourself a huge gap over that second place Malachi Drake and Christopher Weil for this win tonight. So first and foremost, congratulations. But any comments you want to say about here for tonight?
Well, I'd like to thank y'all for broadcasting and putting up the event, and guess that's that.
Alright, pod 10 for Aaron Smith in the 170 rounds himself out first in his class, picking up $10 for tonight. We'll go ahead and see you coming to your next race, bud.
Thank you.
That was Aaron Smith in the 170, and that will be all here for tonight from the top of the booth. Well, any last second comments?
Well, it was fun. I mean, obviously, an exhibition race, but I think we still had some pretty organized and fun racing. We saw a lot of battles. It was pretty fun. I think it was kind of expected that we were going to see some breakaways, but we made the most out of it.
Yeah, I think this was a really good show. You know, just a relaxed, laid-back Christmas event. Let some people show their road course prowess. So it's really cool to see different people running up front that don't normally run up front of the ovals, or some of them that do run up front of the ovals as well. But people showed their talent tonight, and I thought that was pretty cool.
Yep, and that will do it here for tonight. From the top of the booth, my name's Ezeckiel Reyes.
I'm Mark Frimpong.
And I'm Hunter Rupp.
And for the for the iRacing Stock Car Auto Racing Association, we will see you coming next week when Wednesday we will hit the ARCA cars at Talladega. Friday night, trucks are going to be at New Hampshire. Cup is going to be at this track at Charlotte Motor Speedway on the Big Oval for 200 laps. So tune in to see that long event. Also a big payout there. I think $35 on the line for that event. As well as for Sunday night, we will see the Xfinity cars hit it at Martinsville. So from the top of the booth, thank you all for watching. We will go ahead and see you to the next event.